Welcome! And looks good. Missing a bounce land or field. Of course, Hanweir Stinklements shows its ugly face in my opening hand. As it always does. Classic basic mountain into Strike It Rich. That could mean Storm. So we lead on Battlements. If I draw a Lotus Field, then I get to kill. If I play it, and I don't get to kill if I don't, right? Because I'll go Amulet, Lotus Field, sack both Titan. I'll need to like go for Lumra. Pyretic Ritual, Ral, Malamorphose. Bros, how often does Storm win on turn 2? My experience is, if my experience is anything to base off, it's more or less 1000%. They have a wizard to draw 2 and kill an artifact. Even if that's like all they do, they'll have 5 cards left. Cool. And about 4 spells. On the flip. Really? You want a 6 loyalty roll? I guess it makes sense. But that means no ulti next turn, so if I don't die next turn, I can win. Can I? Pyretic Ritual and Wish. I have to guess that most likely this is not gonna end well for me. Another ends Resolve, hitting Ral, which is useful with the Ral's ability. It does stack. So villain could play the Ral Monsoon Mage for 2 mana to discount all their future spells, and then a Ritual into Pasts in Flames would be 3 mana, so that's not enough mana. But I guess Ritual into would be 4 or 5 mana, which then you wish. Past in Flames, that's also not enough. They need more than just 1 Ritual. Holy shit, I think we're passing. Alright, bounce land. Yield until here, actually. I'm gonna deck thin with Summoner's Pact in my upkeep if my opponent passes. Next turn I die for sure, so giving myself the slight chance of upping the chance of drawing a bounce land seems relevant, right? What happens if I draw a Grazer? Or a Titan, let's say, so that I can have the choice, or okay, I can have a choice of turning my pact into one. Then I'm missing green to summon the Titan. Because I currently have 4 mana and the Grazer adds 1 extra, so it does not help at all. So it seems like we are thinning and getting a Titan, right? And then Growth Chamber. 8 outs, basically. Is that just it, or is there anything deeper there? So I also added a 61st card to my deck, 1 copy of Scapeshift, so how does that play into that equation? If I draw a Scapeshift now, I can... If I pact for Titan and I draw Scapeshift, I take away the chance to win, because Scapeshift no longer wins. Ah, it wins, it copies the Stomping Ground, and I have Titan, so I Scapeshift as Ritual. So I see no downside of pacting for Mr. Primeval. And then drawing a Commercial District. Commercial District classic, looking almost like Gruul Turf, but not quite being one. Sad.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Boom.
Boom. Boom indeed. You want endurance, barrow downs. I was boarding the extra analysts against Storm, but I don't think they actually help. So I'll actually cut down to 1. I'm gonna bring Dismember, barrow downs, endurance. I have to be at 61 because I presented a 61 deck, 61 card deck game 1. So I guess a second analyst probably does look better than Generous Ent for fastness. I'll submit the classic Vexing Bauble to stop Ral, but that is indeed what we're doing. So that's Spelunking. This is also a Flame of Anur deck. Flame of Anur variant. Moon is less likely, and my amulets are gonna get disenchanted more often, so Spelunking can protect me from that. When does Port come in? It comes in grindy matchups. Cheska Control or Frog, and then it's a Dispute Source plus a Reanimated Titan. It's probably pretty bad, but it makes some sense in my head, so I'm playing with it for now. Probably gonna cut it in the future soon. This is a keep. This is a turn 3 win. One issue is that I have to lead on Saga to get Amulet in time. Also need another green, so that's maybe not trivial. Still, also I have a chance at a turn 3 kill, and then I also have Bog and Forest, and more importantly Dismember for Ral. What else would what else can I expect? Point keep 7. I lead on Urza Saga. Hello to Fulek, say hi to the chat. Reckless Impulse, Surveilled away. Grove Chamber is my extra green source for Scape Shift. And we have Endurance in the case of villain trying to combo off. I would need to pitch the Summoner's Pact if I do that. Hopefully they don't go Ritual Moon, but then, you know, it'll be just rude. No jest kurwa rytuał, w drugiej zawsze wpierdalają coś na największej S-ie. To jest taka luźna. Naprawdę miło mi było patrzeć.
To nie było Elki. Gdzieś Elki, ale w pełni Elki są większe niż Elki. Ja się taką miło.
I lost a match versus Titan on Saturday because I had to move to 4 in game 3 on the play. As Storm or as someone else? Mr. Streamer, why is there a Port of Karfell in the sideboard? If you had to guess, what would you say yourself? If you had to estimate, what would you say it is for? For the grindy matchup, see? You got it. I just realized that my escape shift kinda sucks. I'm gonna have 2 lands in play, so I just get 2 Lotus Fields, and then I have to get Lumra, because it's 1 Amulet, or Analyst. So a pretty big L for escape shift. If I had a real land, I guess it would be fine. I can get Mr. Beast, but that doesn't do anything. I mean, I could get a Titan. Can just chill a turn, they have nothing. No. Like I would skip a land drop to chill, like then I'll still... No. Definitely no chill. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Lumra does nothing besides putting lands into play. Yeah. And what is my deck about if not putting lands into play? Get one more land for Scape Shift? Not really. Well, yeah, I do. Not two more, one more. Because I only have Growth Chamber in my hand. I mean, I can get Titan and attack with Titan. I guess. Maybe could have done it slightly differently. I started clicking before maybe going through all of the lines. Because what I could have also done is keep Barrow Downs in hand. That way... Well, it doesn't really help. It doesn't let me Boseiju the Ruby Medallion. I mean, I would rather use Titan to kill the Medallion than to exile the graveyard. I have endurance for exiling the graveyard. I think that makes the most sense to me. Can also weave in Spelunking, but I don't know what it does for me. I think Dead to Moon is fine. They play 3 colors, they will not play Moon. Because if I get 2 Lotus Fields, I don't need to get the districts. I could get a different land. Like a bounce land. Or other Vestige. And is untapped. As I haste, I attack. Get Boseiju bounce. I bounce the Boseiju and I use Spelunking. That doesn't assemble anything. So I'll get Growth Chamber here so I can have 6 mana chamber in my hand, and then I go for the normal thing and I keep up Endurance, Spelunking, Die to Moon. I have green, 4 mana. You should get 2 Lotus here. Why? So you can keep up Dismember. Oh, that's a good point. That's what it lets me do, yeah. That's a good rationale for that. I was trying to look for the difference, but... I wished chat a Dios mio yet today. I don't know what that means. So I could cast my Spelunking, but that just removes a green card from my hand. I think that's just has no upside. Boseiju now. It's the same. Sooner on the second. Okay. Can even get a non-surveil, but something woodland. It's pretty awkward because I'm not even like guaranteed to kill next turn, right? I'm gonna deal +5. I'll have 4 mana, pay for Pact, then well, I could exile their graveyard, I guess. So Hanweir and no, because I don't have double green. So it needs to be green source. So it needs to be a woodland. Boseiju woodland. Yeah. All right. In that case, we get Hanweir, Boseiju, then bounce land, surveil. Is there value in leaving graveyard to maybe get them with endurance? Sure. I mean, I can't remove their graveyards, regardless. Start a good draw. So next turn, I'll pay. And I attack, and this doesn't actually achieve anything. Doesn't make me kill my opponent. Nor can I cast it. It's useful if they go for a small grapeshot and kill my Titan, which I think is probably more plausible than the fact that the draw underneath is gonna be game changing. Yeah, double dismember or something like that. Dobra, masz kurwa ten Tytan amulet. Bringing in dismember seems kinda crazy to me. Also, it's actually referring to a situation that happened 2 weeks ago or something, where I had an absolute meltdown after my opponent hacking killed my Titan. Like, they were tapped out, but I had 2 Scions from the 3 mana draw spell in play, and they just used it to kill my Titan, and I died. Dead to Blood Moon, as usual. Such is life. I guess I can have Boseiju up, so... Doesn't seem like anything matters anymore. Simic Growth Chamber just sitting there being exactly the same card as the Hedge Maze right next to it. Do you mean that the artworks are similar? I more often get got by Gruul Turf Commercial District. Did I get to cast Scapeshot already? I did. It made me spend 10 minutes thinking about what I should exactly do. I guess it contributed to the victory. Very convoluted Lotus Petal, well put. Is it worth being the 61st card? The only reason why it's the 61st card is that I thought to myself 2 minutes before the prelim started, I guess I could give Scapeshot a go, and I just bought it from Goldbots and threw it in there with 2 minutes to spare and decided not to cut a card for it. How would I try to fight against the 30% Frogtide meta in your local game store? I would just talk to every single one of your opponents, and I would convince them that since 30% of the meta is the mirror, they need to run some card advantage, grindy cards, and playing main deck Harbinger is absolutely insane in that meta, so they should absolutely stop doing that. Afterwards, well, like Dispute, Port Karfell, stupid Pongify Dismember that can get you somewhere. Is Vexing Bauble good enough versus Storm? Post-board day, Storm players, even if I'm not entirely sure they should, they do tend to interact a lot, and they do tend to rely on Ral's flip ability even harder than game 1. Even game 1, the Storm deck really... It's a huge part of being able to combo off. It's the fact that Ral just flips into a Planeswalker. This blanks Ral. Ral's ult at a cost of being cantrippable seems better than... At a low cost of being cantrippable seems better than Ring. It's decent combine of Graveyard Hate, except for the Endurance thing where it's maybe not ideal, but... Like, I guess if the game is longer, then in theory Ring is better post-board, but I don't think it's longer enough. And it wouldn't be longer if I wouldn't have played a Vexing Bauble either. Like, I'll keep, I guess, hand is good. It's turn 3 kill. Of endurance. I would need to pitch a Titan or explore for endurance. But I don't need the explore actually. Because villain showed me that they brought in Shattering Spree, so it's not like my amulet is safe, but could in theory maybe keep it in my hand to sandbag it around Shattering Spree. It's a very advanced play that I'm not emotionally ready to make. Because then I also cut myself off from being able to win on turn 2 if I just draw an amulet. Turn 2 Werther. No, I play Timur. Rents resolve. Surely it does. See? That's how we beat fucking Storm, bros. Fucking Storm. Curious that this was in their deck on the play. Sometimes people just forget. Or sometimes they just want to have a colorless land in their deck still. Brakuje orky šlumberiáka do komba s košulom, no brakuje. S ním je tá. Endurance sucks, you say. Honestly, it truly does, but then periodically when I don't run it, I feel like I would want an endurance in my deck when it is not in my deck. I find myself in that rare situation where I actually have a pact in my hand and it would be a game changing. Experience to have an endurance to fetch. But mostly I just get paired against mill, and like I think it actually does make a difference. You do win sometimes. I would rather lose than respect mill. But I was going to get Lumra. This is a turn 3 ring. Is it good against a no companion deck? Oh, maybe. Thundering Falls. PSK control. Can copy a board wipe versus Boros. I think I never copied a spell with Mirrorpool. Never happened yet. Hasn't happened so far. Seems pretty hard to actually happen. Whoa, Surville Flash, what a luck sack. Never tried the Wordsul plus Mirrorpool plus Lotus Field loop. You don't even need Lotus Field in there. But I have not tried it, yeah. 2 cock rings, so I'll play one on both turns. Force of negation. Can wait for my opponent to play their own ring, and then I play my other ring, and they force it and they win. It's gonna be a pleasurable game then. Warsaw Loop was only for YouTube shop short farming. There was actually no short about it. And I... Play Grazer first to put Turf into play tapped. I think it's okay to do to have more lands in play. Play ring, gets forced, die. Oh, nice. Not die. Who do I think is the best Polish MTG player of all time? It has to be me. If we go by MTG Elo Project peak Elo, then it was impressive at a certain point. So that would be my guess. Rather type guess. What's that? March of Otherworldly Light or some shit like that. Oh, Escape Flash. Holy shit. Where did that come from? So quickly. Orim's chant. I chant. I fucking chant, chat. Either play Saga, maybe play Hedge Maze a bit better, but there is a chance Saga pops this game. There's also a chance my opponent just Orim's chants me twice again in a row, and that's kind of silly if that happens. Chant Scepter. That would be too much. Lorcana content when? Do they have a Magic online? Or a Lorcana online? No? Then never. I drew Shit Shift. I need an Amulet. Just can draw an Amulet. TCG card shop simulator content when? I almost bought the game, but it's actually 40 zlotys or something. That's... wow, that was too much. Fortunately, if you resolve ring first, then you win. So, because you draw your cards much more quickly, which is an issue. Definitely cutting Scape Shift. Probably not bringing in Radiant Fountain. I just clicked it instinctively because I love bringing in Radiant Fountain. Yes, everyone. I sometimes enjoy endurance against those folks, because if they don't have flash, they don't actually kill you, so like they can chill. And it's close, because then like if you have endurance, your opponent plays the ring, then you just have a 3-4 against a extremely powerful card, so that's a bit tougher. Could cut US2, but it's a blue source. Probably it's worth to have one pact, even if I don't want to draw it. So I guess we go to 63 and then we draw it less often. Is it a good idea? Doesn't seem like one. Yeah, YOLO. Have laundry to put take out of the laundry machine. Now we have a choice. Okay, I'm choosing to play the Saga. Kaniki, why does your stream always have weird music? The music is what you request, chat. It's entirely on you. Curious. Tough decision. You do have tuned the narrative in their deck, which could imply the presence of Wrath of the Skies, so I would not like to get skied. Maybe they'll be kind enough to consign the Lotus Field trigger. Also discharge. Sure, I mean discharge I don't care about. Should bright have Lotus Field for green. Get consigned, die. Kind of crazy how powerful RD cards they make. Bro just discards a card for no reason. Villain is discarding. Maybe I can play 2 spells in a turn at some point if I keep the ring. What are my Halloween plans, Mr. Streamer? I don't really have any, I don't. It's not really a thing in Poland to Halloweenize. No i dobra, 4. ląd, wpierdoli mi pierścienia, skontruje mi tytana, wysra mi się do pizdy. Not good. Who do you think is the second best Polish MTG player after you? Ever? Jezu, jakie gówno kurwa, nie? Snapcastery, Wolinchanty. I don't know. Kowalski? Maybe. Probably Kowalski. Magic a skill-based game. Tak. Was there a consideration to playing Vesuva as Lotus and Ring the turn you played Spelunking 2? There was, yes. Did I say that? I did say that I would rather keep my ring to double spell on a future turn. I hadn't realized that I will not spell on a... You know, I'm just no spelling on every turn, but maybe eventually I'll double spell. Maybe Villain's Hand is not 3 more Orange Shard and 3 more Snapcasters. I fucking chant. Surely not a fluke since MTG is a skill-based game. That's a very good point, Olsen. Can have 12 mana next turn. No i kurwa wymyślił, nie? Żeby wpierdolić pierścienia. Dobrze. Oh no. Druid Plains. I chant. I guess we should try to pretend it doesn't actually exist. Surgical w Urza Saga. No dobra, wypierdolone mam jajca w to. Upkeep, enchant. Jezus, chłopie, kurwa, odpierdol się. Daj mi w końcu spokój. We need Alchemist Refuge versus him. I don't know what's that, and I don't think I need that. But I'm also not looking to learn. Land that lets you cast spells as if they had flash. Seems like the Wishy just ignored my second remark entirely. Fair. Czwarty chant. Jakieś gówno gra. Half of the skis. What is X? X is 0. So my Spelunkings live. Snap die. Dice. Dobra. And energy. Oh, okay, snaps don't die. Fair, fair. Do I think Titan would fare? How do I think Titan would fare in a meta if the Onion Ring was banned? Had a good run. No Bantek for a long, long time. Guap. Guap. Guap, 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 guap. Beans, I liked canned beans on toast. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it already and already exhausted the topic fully. There is nothing else to say about it, really. Beans are fine. They are nutritious. They are delicious. Heinz beans in barbecue sauce from Lidl. Very nice. Staple of a diet. Dobra, analista się pojawia. Shifting Woodland Milled. Unfortunately only 9 mana. A bit shorter than I would have liked to be. So I think I'll just use the analyst instantly. The base back for itself. Okay, villain has no surgical. That was like the one thing I was slightly worried about. So you have the infinite mana thing. Actually, I don't have delirium. That's kind of silly. This Urza Saga is gone, so it's gonna be a bit hard to get the extra type. How did I like Jeskai Scam when I played it to a 5-0 a few days ago? I liked it. And get Delirium disputing the map. That is too much. Ooh, we can get Port of Karfell, but I didn't float black. Holy shit. Missed Port of Karfell opportunity. Yeah, filter land, but port requires black. My mistake, I forgot about Port of Karfell. Kind of a big misplay, maybe. I always keep one Saga. Well, I oftentimes do as well, but sometimes my opponent surgically extracts it from my deck and that becomes an issue. Dispute gives me Delirium though. Well, let's get spawned. So Villain's playing Snapcasters too. Snapcaster Chant. Like, Endurance is honestly okay against that. Should be able to interrupt. Instant speed. Escapes the Shunt lock. And is not good at all. Oh Jesus. The sideboard superstar shows up. Dispute not countering a ring is, how to put it, a bummer. Oh. That's a good draw. Is Flusterstorm bugged? Well, I don't know. Pro is replicating all over me. That sucked. Now they can resolve a ring with no issue. The dispute is certainly made a bit more awkward by the existence of... Co to jest zatrzymane? Na sorcery? O kurwa, nie. Ale żeruncja. Ja pierdolę. That is so bad. This is a huge downside of dispute. This specific matchup is just a nightmare. The Tefari against dispute. I didn't see Teferi earlier, so I was like, yeah, I guess I could keep up the dispute and not play my explore this turn, but I couldn't counter a ring anyways. Got Giga punished. Have I considered Cavern of Souls? All I am doing is considering Cavern of Souls, and it's never been any good actually for me. 3 days ago, Azorius Tameshi combo. I don't think this hand beats Azorius Tameshi combo, but what if my opponent is on something else, then it probably doesn't beat them either, but in general, like, so if you have Cavern, it's not that you play your Titan, it just resolves. It's true if your opponent literally holds Counterspell and nothing else, but it's rare. Can play Deeps next turn as an untapped land for ring. What does this hand beat? Hopefully it actually beats my opponent. My Saga pops before the Lotus Bloom if my calculations are correct. It does seem like Blue Belcher indeed. Thunder Trap Trainer for the combo with Flare of Daniel. And here it is. Boseiju is useful, kills the land. It's not that useful with the Lotus Bloom. Chilling there. Let's make sure it was the same flare. It was actually a different flare. So opponent has a Flare of Daniel in hand. Worth knowing. It's a problem though. Does Boseijuing the Lotus Bloom really do what I want? Because there are ways to for my opponent to still get there. They don't play basic usually. They play no basics whatsoever. It's a Belcher deck. But if I Boseiju now on the Bloom in the run keep, opponent can go to 4 mana. They still have the flare to counter whatever I play. They can play Tameshi to get to Belcher mana, so if they have Belcher in hand, I'll die, but it's fine. Fine with me. Should I lead on Titan or on Lumra actually? But Lumra my opponent could just not counter and then I could not win. Maybe they will always counter Lumra and then I should play with Lumra, but I think I'm better off Titaning, and then there's a chance I'll draw a Lotus Field to make Lumra actually powerful if I don't die, which I probably will. Czy Boseiju na ten deck im rozkurwia system bez robaku? No zabiłbym Lotus Bluma i co no. I had Belcher, so I die. No i co no. No i miał kontrę. I mean, I did just explain my entire thought process for the turn, so could, for example, refer to that. Boseiju good, Dispute good. They are a Harbinger deck often, so that's rough. O, pierdolę, Harbinger. Let's bring the turtle. Seems pretty hard to approach as a matchup. Like, I need to grind for counter magic too. Escape shift, let's cut it. It's actually really bad against counter magic. Well, too bad I kept it. No i chuj, za karę mam to gówno w ręce. I'll keep Amulet to explore, pretty neat, but Escape shift is worse against counter magic because you have to commit a lot. You have to escape shift for Lotus Field, sacrifice all your lands, and then if your opponent counters the card you played afterwards, you die to the pack that had to be involved in that. I think bouncing the cave, it gives me more high roll potential. Pretty tough decision, but I want to assemble lands and play for escape shift. If you play bounce on about under land and play, does it bounce itself? It in fact does. That would be pretty insane if it actually worked that way and you could just no i chuj kurwa. Can just amass value endlessly. At least I milled good lands at 6 mana. If I draw a land, I can activate Analyst. I can go to Yemen, I'm an Analyst. And then we are in a great spot. Instead I draw Explore, which, being the only castable card I'll cast, and I hit a land afterwards, so it's pretty rough because villain gets to Lotus Bloom next turn. Palagio did pick up the Waterglot good teachings. It might be because Villain wanted a 4th land and they play the teachings now and they will have the untapped land for the next turn, or maybe they will not. So here's hoping. Blue, blue, blue. 6. Tameshi. Okay. Tameshi gets a Lotus and draws a card. Brings my opponent up to the requisite 7 Belcher mana. Miałem czerka mi wykurwił bombę za 1 000 000. No i jeszcze sobie tutaj podokładam manę, bo... Albo co, kurwa. So we can see that the deck contained one Harbinger, 2 Harbingers. Rough time. TSP Pierre deck. Holy shit, the pair down. Scapeship looks like a land. This art at least. I should go with the classic fish meets the meadow vibe. Remember when cards used to only have one artwork? So I just always knew what is what. It's pretty cool art. Gloom Shrieker. Oh yeah, people play that too. Yes, Scapeshift sacrifices lands on resolution. Maybe Gloom Shrieker is what I was looking for actually. It does cost black mana once again, which my deck doesn't include, which makes me not want to run it, but... No nie, co Thoughtseize? Keep my thoughts unseized, friend. Jokes on him, our hand sucks. Fair. Can't wait to get forced. Oh kurwa, non-force, that's crazy. Single black isn't that hard, with Fable, Overlord and some Triumphs. Well, it is a downside. I didn't run any black Triumphs. I guess I had one Savai Triumph, but I tried not to run black Triumphs, felt like I could not. So if I cast Scape Shift and he doesn't counter that, I produce 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 mana. Even more. Can get Crumbling Vestige. I guess I produced the mana for Analyst, which I don't have Delirium for. Sorcery, land. I can get it through Urza Saga. So, can I cast Scapeshift plus another spell on a later turn? But if Scapeshift doesn't get countered, it's lethal. So I think now I play a Titan. If I draw... Like, seems easier to resolve a 4 mana card than 6 mana card later, and it's like, of course, Sweet gets counterspelled regardless of anything, and so what do I leave untapped? Nothing, I guess. No zajebiście to wymyśliłeś, Jędrula. Żeby mi wykurwić counterspellem. 2 Lotus Bounce Land, Urza Saga for Delirium, Woodland wins. Well, it doesn't really win. I guess it does win, yeah. FT West. Surveilled bottom. Pure Den. Have I ever been kissed by a rose? I don't know what that means. I think his list runs no sub. Or the decks in general run no sub. No i essa kurwa z tobą maślaku. Mainboard Subtlety would be unhinged. I mean, I guess I'm still used to them running mainboard Subtlety against Nadu. It doesn't seem too crazy to run main Exality, good card. He tapped out for this happily. Let's play around Poison of Negation. Twoich smak. Maybe it's bad. Maybe I should not play around Force. Well, but he can force escape shift. Like Ring doesn't beat Harbinger anyways. I'm thinking if I can like beat Harbinger, but not really. I didn't need to get Crumbling Vestige. I should have gotten a... Well, I guess it's fine. I needed a red mana. I think Jednak doesn't play Maniac Harbinger. So there is really no danger. Unless he's able to discard 14 more cards. No Valakut. How win? No sound. Well put. Infinite Titans. If you get to that. Titan is also just very hard for them to remove. Yeah, if I untap with Titan, I win. I should have gotten a Gruul Turf over Simic Growth Chamber, but doesn't seem to matter much. Alright, time to bring the package. Alright, we brought the package, got the escape shift, even though it kinda looked not so bad this game. How win through Ring when they have a way to go over the top like Twiddle? It's a bit rough. I have no plan against Twiddle. The Grazer is I'm like really not sure about. Have I considered playing Mindbend instead of Pongify? Mindbend is unplayable, my friend. I have not considered playing it. Okay, random sideboarding. Random bullshit, let's go. So you Mindbend, right? Right. And your opponent controls a card, and maybe they have no islands, but maybe they do have islands. No ma tego skurwysyna i zasrańca, czy co? On counterspell? Fine. No i dupa, Frogster zreroll Dismember? Nope. Frog undid all the pitch damage he dealt to himself. So you mind buying the Harbinger? Like, do you think you win more often than if you had killed it? I think you win more often if you killed the Harbinger. And it's not close in my mind. Kurde, Murktida wstawia. Ogrzane. I wouldn't mind drawing a Spelunking, I guess. Fotsies, force your spell. Play frog, glitchy win. Off the back of that. Ape maker one time. Honestly would be good, yeah. That is not an ape maker. Imagine drawing mind bend. Get fucking mind bent, chat. Mind bend would have won here, TBF. Assuredly, my friend. Bring a lead on Bauble. Bauble price. Focis. Dobra, no, zostaw już. Skończ z tym tocizowaniem kumplu. Wow, took the ring. I cut them up. Whoops. Hack his recall one time, sure. Can't answer him, it's a trick. Pretty good draw, kinda. Not really. I mill some bangers, it is. Holy shit. Wait, I cut all my pacts, right? Yeah, always keep that one pact, chat. It's pretty horrible now. Going deeps. Let's make constructs. Could get Port of Karfell. Just assume I lose to Harbinger, or I could get Otawara. I can activate Port of Karfell though. Could get Woodland, but I'm... well... Woodland... Get Otawara. They're all simply slow. Otawara is gonna be good at working with my constructs. Villain plays Harbinger, I'll just die to Harbinger. No i zajebiście. To jest najlepsze w Medjolu. Chad, look how good fucking Mind Bend would be here. For what it's worth. Villain would be like, sure, I control a forest and 2 islands, you lose. No nie, no ma tego jebanego smoczura, 4-4. Okay, we can draw a ring. Well... gain 4. Holy shit. One, two, three, 4, 5. So needs to copy T West.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Canny dab.
Whew. Alright, this game was a mess, but I guess we claimed our rightful 2-2 and we brought the Endrick down to a 2-2 result ourselves. Themselves. Hard testing indeed. So yeah, Scapeshift was